Hello again. It's been a minute, but I've come to share some news that some of you might be interested in. Dark Alliance 2 is getting a port to consoles and PC, and is coming sooner than we think. This isn't exactly breaking news, but I assure you, I made this video the instant word traveled to the rock I currently live under. I'm pretty excited to see new people pick this game up and play it, especially after the port of the first game last year. But there are a few key things I hope they took into consideration and improved upon since their last port. The biggest of my concerns has to do with the PC port of the game. The original Dark Alliance port had several issues on PC that negatively impacted several people's experience with it. For example, if you didn't lock the game to 60 FPS, the game's speed would be much too fast. Kind of like Bethesda games, where your physics are tied to frame rate, which isn't a good idea. It's kind of understandable, considering this isn't a rebuild of the game and rather just a port. But if they knew this kind of thing would be an issue, I don't see why they couldn't set the cap in-engine to 60 FPS. Some users had to set the game's cap in NVIDIA Control Panel, or the AMD equivalent. I've also seen user reports of crashing and FPS drops in certain areas. Mouse and keyboard users were also dissatisfied with the game's controls, and although I play these kind of games with a controller, I hope the keyboard controls are more refined in this port. Also, this isn't specific to the PC port, but the 2D elements of the game, like the UI, looked blurry and off compared to the upscaled 3D elements on screen. This one feels especially lazy, because they wouldn't even need to recreate these elements to fix the issue if they didn't want to. They could just AI upscale the low-res images to more closely resemble the game's resolution. As far as price goes, the price of the Dark Alliance port last year was $30, and I expect this port will be the same price. This is a touch too high in my opinion, especially considering these are 20-year-old games with inconsistencies in the ports. I feel that $15 is a fair asking price, but I don't expect them to match this. The Switch port of Dark Alliance was delayed to iron out some issues last year, and I'm hoping they took that into account when porting Dark Alliance 2, but we'll see. All this being said, it's great the game is going to get into the hands of new players, and I hope everyone out there enjoys their experience. Hopefully, the companies publishing it have taken the time to iron out these issues that people had with the last port, but that would assume game companies actually learn from feedback.